Number 3, you might learn something that you didn't know before. Rob puts it this way. He says, I'm likely to learn something from those with a different viewpoint. And he quotes Proverbs 18, verses 15. The scripture says, an intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. If you notice, Proverbs 18 is a really good chapter to read about this. This is scripture saying that you're smart if you're always ready and willing to learn. You're open for more knowledge. You're open to understanding. And I think that that's wise. I think that sometimes people can be in a personal bubble of maybe bitterness when it comes to viewing a different point of view. They look at the other person that has a different perspective than they do as the enemy. And likewise, they don't like you because you might believe this, or you might hold this position and you don't agree with it because of that. And it's very emotional. These are people skills. You're looking at a person not as your enemy. Now, I am going to say this. There are times that we do need to fight a battle, that we do actually need to argue, that we need to stand up for a certain position. But when everything is a fight, when a battle is made out of every opposing position, in my opinion, you're part of the problem. We must know how to pick and choose our battles. If 90% of the conversations you're having with people that have differing beliefs than you, if 90% of those conversations are arguments or fights, and because you're engaging in that, in my opinion, you're doing something wrong. I definitely think that there are times that we do need to maybe engage in a contentious argument, but I think it's minimal. Now, before I gave an example of Jehovah's Witnesses, people that I do not theologically agree with, but I pray for them and I love them, and I want to hear what they believe, why they believe it. I do the same thing with Mormons. I actually have a story about an atheist friend with this perspective. Now, this is years and years ago, but this particular friend of mine, they knew my spiritual position and I knew theirs. And we had an opportunity one time where we sat and talked for 3 hours. And all we did was set the foundation for what we believed. Why are you an atheist? What does that mean that you believe that? Oh, okay, but wait, what does that mean? So what do you do about this? And then they did the same thing with me. And we left that night really good friends. And we remained friends for years. We always joked back and forth about how we completely misunderstood each other for the longest time. What they understood about Christianity was nothing like what they had learned what it really was about. That really is the essence of this point that I'm making, is that whenever you approach somebody with love and understanding on trying to just see what they believe, it can take you far. It can take them far. Now, this brings me to number 4. You might find out that you were wrong about something. Rob says the same thing, and he quotes Proverbs 18:17. The one who states his case first seems right until the other one comes and examines him. For me personally, this is a very important point. I think that I would be embarrassed if I was representing somebody else's beliefs incorrectly. I would first want to understand what they believe and really know that that is the correct belief. And then I would be able to speak to some degree of knowledge about that position because I had learned a lot about it. I love the word in this scripture about examining things. Another translation says cross-examined. It's a judicial term. I like that because then you can hear from the defense and the prosecution and then really develop an educated idea of the position that you hold, as well as understanding the opposing position.